You've likely noticed there are all different types of people on a team. Different personalities, interests, skills, different ways of seeing the world. It was the profound differences between Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung and his colleague Sigmund Freud that led to Jung's influential theory of psychological type. A variety of scholars have built on Jung's type theory: Katharine Briggs and Isabel Briggs Myers, David Keirsey, and Linda Behrens. And now the work continues with All Types. Drawing from both classic and contemporary theory, All Types explores who you are by asking 4 fundamental questions about human nature. Where do you get your energy? What do you pay attention to? How do you make decisions? And how much structure do you need? So, where do you get your energy? From the external world or the internal world? Extroverts focus on the external world and get their energy by interacting with others. They're sociable and like meeting new people. Extroverts are talkative. They tend to think out loud, processing information best when they can talk it out with someone. Introverts tend to be quiet and reserved. They need time on their own to process information. For an introvert, it's all about the inner world of thoughts and ideas, and they get their energy from those quiet moments of solitary reflection. And now that we know how you get your energy, what do you pay attention to? How do you take in information? Do you prefer the concrete world of the senses or the abstract world of ideas? People who are sensing tend to be practical and trust concrete information they receive through their 5 senses. So, for example, if they were asked to describe a lemon, they might say, it's yellow, smells citrusy, and tastes sour. The information is factual and focuses on what a lemon is. People with an intuiting preference see things a bit differently. They tend to focus on what could be. They don't see a lemon. They see lemon meringue pie or lemon groves. An intuiting person looks for patterns and the relationships among ideas, so they might even talk about abstract concepts such as optimism or making the most of a bad situation. Sensing or intuiting are about how you take in information. But how do you make decisions? People with a thinking preference make decisions logically by considering what makes the most rational sense. They're guided by their heads versus their hearts and would rather not let emotion influence their choices. People with a feeling preference, however, are guided more by their hearts. They use their personal values to guide their decision-making and consider the impact a decision will have on others. And finally, there's the question of how much structure you need. People with a judging preference like the world to be structured and organized. They prefer to make decisions as soon as possible and move toward closure. People with a perceiving preference would much rather keep their options open so they can jump on new opportunities. They're adaptable and spontaneous. Schedules and structure make them twitch. These are 4 fundamental dimensions of human nature, divided into 8 preferences. But just because these preferences are on opposite sides of a continuum doesn't mean people are either one or the other. So the question isn't which one am I, but which one is more comfortable. And if you look along the continuum, you're going to have a range of comfort. That being said, everyone has a natural preference for one side of the continuum, even if that preference is only slight. And these 4 preferences combine to create your type code, a personality blueprint. There are 16 possible types, and all of them are equally valuable, because a successful team depends on the unique perspectives and strengths of each team member. Each type contributes something unique. Each type contributes something valuable. But more importantly, all types helps team members understand and value each other. After all, a team takes all types.